Oras na para po sa mainit na balitaktakan ngayong umaga. Joel,
Yes, medyo matagal-tagal ding tension ditong nangyayari ngayon sa Kapitolyo.
Mahaba naman daw ang pasensya ni Cebu Vice Governor Agnes Magpali kaugnay ng mga pangyayari ngayon doon sa Kapitolyo ng Cebu, Joel.
Kaya naman para makipagbalitaktakan sa atin ngayong umagang ito, makakausap po natin sa telepono si Acting Governor ng Cebu, si Vice Governor Agnes Magpali. Good morning, Vice.
Good morning.
Good morning po.
Good morning kay Miss Susan.
Good morning po, Vice. At siguro po ano po yung mga susunod na
Hakbang ninyo.
Hakbang ninyo kaugnay po nitong pagtanggi po ni Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia na
umalis po sa Kapitolyo.
Oo, dahil hintayin pa daw niya yung desisyon ng Court of Appeals.
Well, actually, siguro because of the events, recent events that happened, we shall again evaluate in a day-to-day basis as the events unfold kung anong ating next move. I'm not really in a position now to say exactly when, but ang problema kasi is consuming utilities, power, water. Hindi naman ang punto ko po dyan na habang hindi ako sana madidisturbo sa execute ng function ko, sana okay lang din yon. Wala namang gulo dyan, but every weekend, mayroon kaming police na, the policemen are there, but on weekends, we make sure na yung papasok dun sa Capitol, yung may valid ID, kasi sa kanyang protection din yon, wala naman pong business sa Capitol. Kaya po, yun ang aming patakaran ngayon.
Ma'am, meron pong recent pronouncement from your Chief of Police na i-recommenda po sa inyo to physically para bang tanggalin na si Governor Gwen diyan po sa Kapitolyo. Meron na ho bang ganung klase ng rekomendasyon sa inyo at with the development dito po sa Court of Appeals ano po ang balakin po ninyo?
Wala, kung ako po ang sabi ko po palagi, I in fact coined a word, phrase, super maximum tolerance. Ganun pa rin po ang aking sabi doon sa ating regional director. Kasi alam po ninyo, it's not in my, siguro dahil babae, kapwa babae, kung pwede lang, na sana maliwanagan din naman si Governor Gwen, si suspended Governor Gwen, na siya rin very inconvenient. I cannot imagine how you can survive there 15 days na office. Mayroon namang mga sofa. So, but my order is still maximum tolerance up to this time.
Vice, sinasabi po, politika raw po yung ugat ng, tinitingnan nila ito na parang pangharas ng kampo ni Governor Gwen Garcia. Ano po masasabi niyo rito? Especially dahil kayo po ay kapatid nitong si
Secretary to the Cabinet.
Yan.
Okay. Alam po ninyo, itong kasong ito po, was filed 2 years ago. Hindi po ako kasama sa kaso nito. This was filed by the late Vice Governor Greg Sanchez and pinatuloy po ng kanyang daughter, Gigi Sanchez. Ang pumirma po ng resolution, Executive Secretary Ochoa. Ang alam ko po dyan sa Malacanang, may delineated po ang functions ng dalawa. So, my brother has no track record whatsoever of meddling in politics. And nung nasa DOA siya, talagang yung pag-release ng, halimbawa, yung flagship project ng electrification, marami daw magreklamo, bakit binigyan yon? Hindi yun, pro-Pinoy. But he has always been very fair in dealing with the people. So, nagkataon lang na namatay po si Secretary Robredo. Ang alam ko po dito sa kasong ito, this was, kasi galing po ito sa DILG,
Yes, apa.
The recommendation came from Secretary Robredo and then signed by Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa.
Okay.
Nung namatay po si Secretary Robredo, yun yata po ang rason na hindi
na-implement.
Tawag yan, hindi na-implement. So, it's sad that it had to be implemented when my brother already moved to Malacanang.
Alright, for the record, are you running for re-election o meron po kayong tatakbo ibang posisyon dyan?
Opo, and I am not running for governor. Alam po ninyo, I'm running for the same position, vice governor. Kaya lang po ako talaga nandito because of the rule of succession. Hindi po ako ang tatakbong governor.
Vice, ito po sinasabi po kasi na nag-resign ho yung mga tauhan ng Cebu TV dahil daw po sa uncivilized treatment sa kanila, lalo nung pinalibutan po ng mga pulis ng kanilang opisina. Ano po bang katotohanan tungkol dito?
I beg to disagree on civilized treatment. Alam po ninyo, ang Cebu TV is not an independent media outlet. It is po an adjunct of the office of the governor. Therefore, the governor has supervision and control. Ngayon, long before the suspension order came po, nasa sangkunian pa po ako, subject na po ito ng investigation dahil po, nalaman na po namin at that time, during the budget hearing, that medyo hindi masyadong maganda. We were not that liquid. Ang probinsya po. So during a budget hearing, lumabas po na ang gastos po namin sa Cebu TV, which is meant to promote Cebu, yun po talaga ang magandang umpisa niyan, for the promotion of the province, ay meron pong, lumabas ito sa budget hearing long before the suspension order came, $15,000 a month for the satellite. Kayo po, nasa TV, alam po ninyo, mahal ito. And then there's a 100,000 pesos for the cable. Plus there are po 35 employees. Alam ko na po yan noon pa. Ngayon po, nung nandito na po tayo, we took over. We were again reviewing kung saan po kami makakatipid.
So you're saying na
this is temporarily. Temporarily closed. Kasi mayroon na pong suggestion galing sa PB na i-institutionalize through an ordinance. Pero po, they suggested a reform review of policies kung ano ang dapat ipalabas, kung yun talagang promotion lang ng Cebu, plus an inventory of equipment, inventory of course, personnel. Meron po kaming nalaman during that time na mayroon 2 expensive camera na nasira na po, mga ganyan. So, now, dito po, since this is now under our supervision, yun ito po ang isa sa mga natin. But temporary, and as a matter of fact, we renew everybody inside yung 35 for month-to-month basis po. Dahil ako po ay nandito naman, alam po naman po na temporary. Suspension po ito, hindi naman po ito dismissal. So
Vice, are you saying na ang dahilan po ng pagkakapasara ay dahil po sa budget constraint, budget issue, hindi po dahil sa parang nagagamit po ng kampo ni Governor Gwen yung television?
Yan po. Nakita na rin po yan. Rin po yan na
dahilan.
Nakita na rin po namin yan. May mga footages kami. Sabi ko po sa inyo, nag-investigate na po dito ang sanggunian, even when I was still there as presiding officer, na hindi po ginagamit for the intention that originally, ganda po nito, mga history of Cebu, mga pinakita yung Kaya po, dahil sa laki ng expenses, wala nang promotion ng po at hindi magagamit ng ibang to promote personalities. Kaya po, ang isa po, magkakaroon ng policy, magkakaroon nga ng board. It is in the ordinance crafted. Second reading na po yung ordinance na mayroong board that will determine kung ano po ang mga ipapalabas.
Okay, Vice, wag ko kayong bibitaw ha.
Sabay lang, Mama.
Sabay lang po
kasi
kayo.
kunin po namin yung panig naman ni Governor Gwen. Standby lang po kayo dyan. Si Vice Governor Magpali po yung ating nakakausap sa telepono. Pero live natin makakausap mula ho sa Cebu. Sa ating Balitaktakan ngayon si Governor Gwen Garcia. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning.
Ay, ma'am. Opo. Ma'am, ang pangunahing dahilan po ninyo ay hindi sa inyo na ihain ng yung physical, yung mismong suspension order. Hindi nyo natanggap ng personal. Kaya kayo ay patuloy na naniniwala na illegal yung suspension order po sa inyo.
Dalawa yun, Joel. First of all, there wasn't a personal service of the suspension order. Pangalawa, we hold and we continue to maintain the suspension order is illegal.
suspension order. Yun po ang,
Well, you know.
posisyon po ninyo.
That is our position.
All right.
Under the Local Government Code, Section 63 and Section 66, an administrative charge against any official must be terminated from investigation to the decision itself within 120 days. This complaint was filed in 2010. Investigation started in June of 2011 when the complainant had already died in April of that year. And investigation took 90 days. It was terminated in August 31st of 2011.
Okay.
Under the Local Government Code, the President should have handed down his decision 30 days after the termination of the investigation to fall within the 120-day reglementary period. And therefore, that decision should already have been handed down in September 30 of 2011. This decision came about on the 17th of December 2012, or 474 days later. So, based on that aspect, we hold that this suspension order is illegal.
Okay, Gov, gaano pa ho ninyo balak
Manatili
manatili dyan sa
sa
Kapitolyo? Oo, dahil nga po doon sa, well, nagsimula po yung...
Actually, ang Court of Appeals ay nag-kalendaryo at schedule na ng oral argument ngayong araw na ito. No? So, would you be waiting for that, for the decision of the Court of Appeals, the Governor?
Yes, that is our position too, that we will seek all legal remedies. The Court of Appeals has taken cognizance of our case and has set for oral arguments our petition for TRO, and that is on the 10th of January.
What if, Gob, halimbawa lang po, no? Na naging, sinang-ayunan ho, halimbawa, ng Court of Appeals, yung suspension order na pinalabas sa inyo. Ano po ang magiging stand ninyo, Governor?
I'm sorry?
Sakali lang po na magiging, halimbawa lang po, no, na magiging ang decision po ng Court of Appeals ay kumbaga parang isusustain yung suspension order. Ano po ang magiging susunod ninyong hakbangin?
As I said, we are going to seek all legal remedies. Ano?
Okay.
I would not wish to answer speculative questions, but as I said, you know, we are seeking all legal remedies available to us.
All right. Governor, standby lang po. Mayroon lang akong tatanong kay Vice Governor Magpale. Ma'am, are you giving the Governor that option? Yung legal option po na exhaust all legal remedies bago po kayo umaksyon, Vice?
Ano po, karapatan naman po ni suspended Governor Gwen Garcia to seek all legal remedies. Lahat po tayo should bow to, ako po ay susunod kung
Kung ano man ho yung magiging desisyon ng court. Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Vice,
Opo, ang sabi ko po, karapatan po ni Governor Gwen yan, ni suspended Governor Gwen yan, and so we will also just wait for kung ano man po yan.
Okay. Siguro, kuhanin uli natin ang panig ni Governor Garcia. Governor, sinasabi po ninyo dahil ito parang illegal naman, ano? At parang ito po'y political harassment yung ginagawa po sa inyo. Bakit po ninyo nasabi yung ganun, Governor?
It's clear naman eh. I mean, even the man on the street understands what this is all about. First of all, I already said that this decision was handed down clearly out of the 120-day period. And in a December, darating yung Pasko. And 5 months before elections. The penalty is a full 6 months, which is literally already the rest of my term. To ensure that I wouldn't be here as the campaign starts and as the elections come about. I am running for Congress, but my brother will be running for governor of the province of Cebu. He is up against a Liberal Party candidate whom I had defeated by close to 100,000 votes in the last elections. Surveys are showing that my brother is clearly leading in most of the towns and cities of the entire province. And perhaps it is quite a coincidence that should I get suspended, the acting governor, the incumbent vice governor, is aligned with the Liberal Party and of course is the sister of a cabinet secretary. And so anybody who says this isn't political is clearly not saying what is reality.
Okay. Ano ho ang stand ng inyong mga department heads? Ano ba ang inyong directive sa kanila? At kung ano man yung directive, meron na ba sumuway doon sa directive po ninyo?
Hello?
Are you asking me?
Si Governor Gwen ho muna. Tapos sasagutin ko po si Vice Governor Magpali po tungkol po dyan. Sige po, Governor Gwen, meron ba kayong directive sa mga department heads ninyo?
Alam niyo po, when the DILG served that order, they also sent a memorandum to all national government agencies that henceforth it is now Vice Governor Agnes Magpale that would be the acting governor. And therefore my functions as governor, according to the DILG, have been effectively transferred to the Vice Governor, who is now the acting governor. And so therefore, upon orders of the acting governor or the vice governor, the department heads were required to report to her, lest they be charged with insubordination.
Okay. So wala naman kayong directive sa kanila
now,
na...
if you ask me, you know, the situation here is that the vice governor now is fulfilling the functions of
The governor.
the governor.
All right.
If you ask me what directive I am sending our department heads, clearly, under the present situation, I can't send any directive to them.
Kasi naniniwala ko kayo pa yung governor eh. Kaya gusto ko malaman kung meron kayong latest directive po sa kanila. Pero having said that, gusto ko makakuha naman yung panigo ni Vice Governor Magpale. Ma'am, I understand meron kayong directive po na pag hindi sumunod sa inyong mga utos, yung mga department heads, sasampahan niyo po sila ng kaso. So far, meron na ho ba kayong insubordination? Meron na ho ba kayong sinampahan ng kaso?
Wala po akong sinampahan na kaso, pero kasi po, yan ang, it came with my appointment as the acting governor. Pero gusto ko pong sagutin muna yung sinabi na pamulitika, yung...
Sige po.
Kasi po, tayo naman po, kasi si suspended Governor Gwen keeps on saying that the elected governor. That naman, we were elected by the people, not only to serve, but also to follow the law. So, our election to office po does not give us the immunity from being penalized kung may may kasalanan. So, yun po ang aking sagot dyan. Doon po sa regarding the department heads, wala po. Pero meron po akong nirecommend sa BLGF ang treasurer na kung pwede po palitan. Kasi po, nag-request ako ng cash examination. Hindi ko po kasi hindi namin makuha yung exact figure. Medyo pa iba-iba galing sa treasurer. So, kahapon po, nanghingi po kami ng cash examination from Bureau of Local Government Finance. At saka po, kung pwede, samantala, anuhin mo na ang treasurer. Kung may assistant treasurer naman po na papalit.
Vice Gov, kumusta ho ang operasyon dyan sa Kapitolyo? Hindi ho ba ito naapektuhan itong ganitong sitwasyon?
Yun ang importante.
Hindi po normal. In fact, ang meetings ko po, nagkataon kasi before the before Christmas, mayroong typhoon signal. So I met with the PDRRMC, tapos everybody naman po came. I have issued, in fact, marami na akong mga memos, mga orders na sinunod naman po nila.
Nasusunod naman po. So this is not in any way nakaka-derail po doon sa operation dyan po sa Kapitolyo.
Hindi po.
Well, mabuti naman po kahit paano, hindi na-apektuhan yung serbisyo sa tao, di ba?
Tama.
Anyway, balikan natin si Governor
Gwen.
Joel. Gov, kumusta po yung mga taga-suporta nyo? At
Patuloy ba sila
po ba
nananatili sa Kapitolyo?
Well, in the past days, I think nakikita nyo naman na kabarikada yung mga pulis dito. Yung mga pupunta rito, most of the time hinaharang. Yung namang iba na they allow, pinapalogbook at saka pinapaiwan yung kanilang mga ID. Yung iba pa nga, kinukunan ng picture. All of the methods of inconveniencing the supporters so that they will not come to see me. So, kahit papano, yung iba talagang they really try to come so that they could show their sympathy and support. And I just want to answer then,
Okay
as
po.
a duly elected governor, yes, I swore to uphold the law and all legal orders and decrees. That's all in our oath of office. And precisely, the law states that an administrative charge against any official should start and terminate within a 120-day period, including its decision. I have just pointed out that this suspension order is clearly not in consonance with the law.
Alright.
Okay.
At ano po ang panawagan ninyo sa inyong mga taga-suporta? Ano po ang gusto nyo pahatid na mensahe doon po sa naapektuhan na mga kababayan po natin dyan sa Cebu dito po sa sigalot na ito? Sige po, Governor.
Yes, I would like to reiterate my stand that I will protect the mandate that the people have given me. Ako po'y inihalal, hindi lang isang beses, hindi lang pangalawang beses, 3 beses po. For 3 elections, the people demonstrated their trust and confidence in me and chose me to be their duly elected governor. I am protecting this mandate at the expense of my own comfort, at the expense of having to spend Christmas here and then New Year's here at the governor's office. There were threats in the past, especially from General Garbo, that he would bodily remove me from this office. I think there is quite a confusion here. I am still the duly elected governor. This is the office of the governor. And I see no reason why I should not be allowed to stay in this office. A suspension order does not mean a removal of that official from office. It merely means the suspension in the exercise of her functions or powers. And I wish to remind the Vice Governor that Section 46 of the Local Government Code does not allow her to fire or hire or suspend any of the employees within 30 working days. And therefore, her recommendation for the Provincial Treasurer to be removed by the BLGF is quite a very startling move. This Provincial Treasurer has served for more years than I myself have served. And if she intends to have him changed or removed, because there was quite an embarrassment caused from her statement that the provincial government is now in a bankrupt state. And when that backfired, she blamed the provincial treasurer who did not support her stand. Then the reasons for such an act of changing the provincial treasurer bespeak of the shallowness of her decision.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much po,
Gov,
Governor.
salamat po.
Samantala si Vice
Good
Governor
luck,
magpali siguro. Kunan din natin ang huling mensahe. Vice?
Vice.
Yes, let me answer to that, no. Ang treasurer po reiterated yesterday, the stand that we cannot afford to pay all payables as of December 31 kasi ang pera po na naiwan as of December 30, that's cash on hand. Ang sabi po niya, siya ang nagsabi na 90 million na lang po plus. At he reiterated that po, it's not true na he reneged on that statement. Ang totoo po, and the accountant as well and confirmed this in front of all the department heads. Naka-record po yan. Hindi po totoo na na-embarrass ako. Totoo po, ang sinasabi po niya, kaya na hindi, mayroon pa raw pera, yung mga trust fund po. Now, kahapon po, in the presence of all the department heads, I asked the treasurer, the accountant, are you willing to reclassify this 390 million trust fund para ma-transfer sa general fund? Ang sabi po ng accountant, no. Doon po nagka-problema kasi ang treasurer po ang nag-recommend yan na i-reclassify. Now, the accountant explained po kahapon na kung ano yung reclassifiable trust funds. And this trust fund that suspended Governor Gwen Garcia quoted na mayroon naman pera, hindi po nakakategorize doon sa reclassifiable. The minutes po of my meeting yesterday will bear me out, and it is not true that na-embarrass pa ako. Totoo po ang sinabi, and that word bankrupt po, that it was asked during a press con, and I did not answer that. I turned to the treasurer and said, anong palagay mo, Tres, with your pronouncement that we cannot pay the payables as of December 31, bankrupt daw ba ang Kapitolyo? Well, the treasurer said na, hindi naman siguro ma'am. Nag-ano siya, pero talagang hindi natin kayang bayaran. So we have to talk to all these bill collectors that we will pay staggered amounts. Yan po ang totoo. And the record, the treasurer read from the record which he signed. Meron po kaming, we distributed to the Capitol Beat reporters. Reiterated po ang stand niya na hindi talaga kayang bayaran.
Okay. Vice, mensahe po ninyo sa mga kababayan ninyo sa Cebu. Kaugnay po
Briefly,
ng nangyayari po diyang tensyon.
Well, I am doing my function as mandated na right after the suspension order was served, I took my oath before the regional director of the DILG, and tuloy po ang aking mga serbisyo. In fact, yesterday I made a trip down south, and after several meetings, after meeting with the department heads, today I have several meetings scheduled. Apparently, parang mayroon na naman typhoon coming. I might convene the PDRRC, and yung day-to-day po function of the governor, I am performing po.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Vice Governor Agnes Magpale, at syempre kay Governor Gwen Garcia dito po sa bigay ninyong pagkakataon sa Kape at Balita para marinig po yung magkabilang panig kaugnay po ng nangyayari sitwasyon po dyan sa Cebu. Nauna nang sinabi ni DILG Secretary Marojas na maximum tolerance ang ipatutupad sa kaso ni Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia. Anila, walang katotohanan na politika ang motibo rito dahil mayroon na silang legal na proseso na sinusundan. Paalala pa ni Rojas, grave abuse of authority ang isa sa mga violation ni Garcia na tila naman nauulit pa base sa mga pangyayari ngayon. Hindi rin daw po maganda ang pinapakitang sense of impunity ni Garcia na tila ba wala raw itong kinikilalang otoridad. Ayon pa kay Rojas, maaari pang makadagdag sa violation ni Garcia ang hindi niya pagsunod sa kautusan sa kanya. Balikan po natin si Governor Gwen Garcia. Governor? Gov?
Yes, Susan,
Apa,
please.
apa. Gusto niyo po...
I just want to clarify one thing.
Apa.
Because this affects the image of the province of Cebu. Let's go back to the word bankrupt. And the mention of the Vice Governor of payables. The definition of bankrupt means that your liabilities and not payables, iba naman yung payables eh, yung liabilities mo are way over your assets. The assets of the province of Cebu are over 28 billion pesos. Assets naman are different from cash on hand. So when we talk of payables against cash on hand, whether this comes from the general fund or the trust fund, comparison of both certainly does not warrant for the entry of the word bankrupt. Now, pangalawa, yung kaniyang mga ine-estimate na payables, lumabas na 200 million. 60 million of that is overestimated. This refers to honoraria for our barangay health workers, barangay tanods, daycare workers, and barangay animal health aides. The true figure goes down to about 42 to 43 million. Meron ding babayaran tayo ng mga tourist buses which the Vice Governor had applauded and also agreed with. It's all in the budget. But as of now, hindi pa yan kailangan babayaran because may process pa yan. Magpresent pa ng billing. And certainly, when she presented that way back in December, hindi pa yon payable.
Okay, apo.
Now, yung pong mga honoraria, over a 3-month period po yon na ibabayad. Hindi kaagad-agad. Because you are going to pay that out to every town and city. Yung mga payout clerks, kukuha pa yon ng bond para they could bring such an amount to that particular LGU of the province.
Okay, apo. So,
20 million of the 200 million refers to school supplies, which are not chargeable to the general fund. These are chargeable to the special education fund, of which we have a balance of over 70 million. May check na po yun.
Okay.
Yung check na yun is certified na may available funds.
in short, Governor, pasensya na po
So,
kayo, ha?
Gov, and I want to add
Yes, apo.
that we also have every month an internal revenue allotment share of 133 million. Kaya ngayong buwan na to, meron na namang papasok. Aside from the trust fund, of which some of which may be reverted to the general fund.
Okay, in short, Governor, pasensya na po kayo, ha?
Sa akin lang, it is a statement that has cast a negative image on Cebu, which I think all of you naman agree that there is much confidence, business confidence in Cebu.
Oh, yes.
In her all-consuming rush to put me down, she would not even think of preserving this image of the province.
Well, very well said.
Thank you. Thank you,
salamat
Susan,
po,
for
Governor
the
Gwen
additional
Garcia. Okay,
time.
salamat po. Okay, si Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia.